It's been 353 days since my 72-year-old BSA Golden Flash has been started, and yet she's still a one kicker.
Wouldn't life be so simple if all motorcycles would start up that easily? Well, they don't. And this BSA, well, it wasn't particularly hard, but it definitely wasn't that easy. It's not only been a while since you guys have seen the bike, but it's also been a long time since I've rode this BSA. It's been about a year since this motorcycle has been parked and I haven't fired it up. A year ago, I took it out for a very, very brief ride around a parking lot and it was spewing oil and gasoline everywhere. And before that, the last time I rode this bike was most likely on camera 2 years ago. So realistically, this bike hasn't moved further than about a quarter of a mile, if that, in the last 2 years. We're gonna change that. I mean, these things aren't really made to ride every day, but I would like to put a couple of miles on it each year. But it's just one of those bikes that kind of slipped my mind because it was on display. A lot of people were looking at it and enjoying it, and I think, well, that's okay, because at least it was being appreciated to some aspect. But definitely still want to ride it because this thing is a whole lot of fun. When I talk about this Golden Flash, this is a plunger model, so plunger rear suspension. It is a pre-unit construction engine. It has a single carburetor, 650 parallel twin, classic British engineering. But there were a couple of things that we needed to do and still a couple of things that I needed to do to this motorcycle before I can put a couple hundred miles on it, hopefully this summer. That's the goal. Nothing too crazy, but take it out for a few nice rides. The big thing is right here. You guys see that? If I close this tap here, it drips gasoline. And before I tinkered with it yesterday, this motorcycle, if you put gas in the tank, would dump all of the gas out from each side. We come over to this box that's labeled BSA assorted parts. I can show you guys exactly what the seals on the inside look. I got this right here that says BSA Petcock, and also somewhere in this box right here, thinking that, you know, I want all my motorcycles to be running, ordered these cork seals. And I'm like, these will fix my problem. Because I'd like to have all my bikes running. I'd like them to, you know, after a quick service like this, if they're parking it for a little bit, just be able to ride it. Well, those are the wrong seals, so I have new ones on order, but being impatient, I continued to dig through some of the parts I had, and I found these. So this right here is actually the petcock. There's a little screw on the bottom piece of it, and the cork is the gasket. The cork gasket is what has failed inside, and that is the reason why the right side is leaking. On the left side, I actually had a brand new one of these just sitting, an OEM brand new one that had a new seal on it, so I popped a new seal on it. She's still a little wet, so maybe I'll replace both of them when they get here. There's also supposed to be a little stopper rubber ring on the back of it, you can see right there. So I got those on order, I'm waiting for them. In this box I do have the rubbers right here. I think one of these is going to be the seal that I need, so that's great. All fine and, you know, all good with the world. Just waiting for those to come in, and in the meantime, I can ride it around the block a little bit. I thought last night that I had fixed the leaks. I came back to it this morning, and, well, unfortunately, it looks like she has started to have a fairly active drip again, which is something you don't want. What I found out last night was if I kept the petcock open, that it wasn't, you know, leaking like crazy, and well, now it's leaking open and closed. So I'm just waiting for those to come back into the mail. In the meantime, I'm still gonna be a little bit impatient and just ride the bike and just be careful with that in the wind. That little one drop will pick up, but gotta make sure that, you know, I clean it up, and well, I gotta drain the gasoline out of it, because there's a little bit of gasoline in it, so excuse for a ride. The other thing with these bikes is they are dry sumped, so all of the oil is supposed to live up here in these tanks. And if you know anything about these bikes, the oil in the tank will end up in the sump, especially if you let it sit for about a year. So it's good to have an on-off petcock valve, you know, aftermarket thing that you put on them. But this bike doesn't have an ignition, so if I forget to turn that on, I'll seize the engine. So I just don't think it's really worth it. There's two options you can do with my situation. Number one is you let it leak a little bit out of the sump. The sump will breathe, and for the first little bit, it'll just puke up a little bit of oil. Not the greatest for the bike, but it should recycle all that oil back into the tank fairly quickly. And option two is to drain the oil, which, you know, the oil is a little bit older. Probably was the best idea to do, but I'm impatient, like I said before, and according to my dad, who well, he knows his bikes very well, he said it'd be okay since there was a decent amount of oil still left up here to just kick it, let it run for a second, let it puke up a little bit of oil, and well, it did. I'll show you guys that in a second. It puked up some oil, and all the oil's back in the tank after letting it run for a couple minutes. I probably wouldn't advise it if all the oil is down there. Again, I don't really know these things that great. This is new territory for me. But doing those two things and whacking the ever-living out of the carburetor because the float was sticking made the bike run and fire up again. And now she's running like a clock. The only thing is she's also leaking a little bit. Leaking oil isn't a big deal with the British bike, but we do not want gasoline leaking. So I think the carb will come off, the oil will get changed. The oil is fairly clean. You know, I could tell because it was on the ground last night. I also replaced the spark plug on the right side. I can show you guys, I think there might have been a little bit of blow by. Just because, once again, a lot of oil was living in the sump and it ended up getting into the chamber somehow. The motorcycle looked fine. This also could just be I popped a plug that shouldn't have been in there, but the plug's a little wet. Not a problem. It's been running great ever since. It's one of those things that just happens when you let one of these bikes sit. It's old, you know? It'll do some weird stuff. Well, there's a few more things that I'm waiting for on a nice next afternoon. I think the carburetor will come off, replace the seals in the carburetor, and also, if you can see, someone has put turn signals on this bike, and those are going to come off. I'm going to rip all the wiring off. I'm going to take the turn signals off. You know, I never loved these bags either, but they've started to grow on me a little bit. Still don't love them, but it's kind of a character of this bike almost. I think they'll come off, but for now I'll leave them. These indicators just look so awful though. They just don't suit the bike at all. They're so generic. I take all of that stuff off my motorcycles whenever I buy them, fairings, all that stuff that isn't OEM and, you know, is from that 70s era that I just don't love. I like them OEM. I like them how they're supposed to be. I'm not gonna hit the roads with this bike until I have the leaking problem solved and I don't want to run out of gas, but I can still ride it around the backyard. I'm gonna wipe this down, and I mean, this thing just fires up so well. It's a little bit of choke right now. This is choke on, this is choke off. Just a little bit of choke, and I mean, what a great bike. No smoke. It's cold. No smoke, but you know, here's the little bit of oil. It rained, but you can see the little bits of oil and the little puddle there of oil. It's British. If it isn't leaking a little bit, that means it's out of oil. I'm gonna try running it without the choke here. See if it'll fire up. Unchoked, idling pretty good. die.
Not quite as cold-blooded as the Ariel is. The Ariel would still be in the warm-up process right now. Ah, these things sound so good. I think it's gonna idle. Oh yeah. Excited to ride this bike for sure. It looks like it stopped leaking a little bit. But excited, nope, never mind. Little drips. But I'm excited to ride this bike actually on the street. I've never done anything more than maybe 5 miles on it at a time. And I'd like to do a 25-mile day on it, which doesn't sound like a lot, doesn't sound crazy, but I think that'd be a good warm-up for it to test out everything. The one problem this bike does have that we know about, and well, we've known about since we bought the bike, is the clutch. The clutch plates need to be replaced, so I'm also going to put those on order. So next time you guys see the bike, or see me working on the bike I should say, it'll have the new clutch and all those things, and I'll film all of that. I'll probably take it out for a ride for a video before then, as soon as those gaskets are in. Man, this thing's just like a clock. I don't want to get it too hot. Let's see if the kill switch will work. Nope. It kills one cylinder, but it doesn't kill both. This isn't grounding properly. Another thing we'll fix in the next video. Just full throttle and she'll turn off. What a sweet bike. I took the bike out and I just wanted to make a video. I'm like, yeah, I'm bringing it out, I'm firing it up. Let's, you know, go through the process of recommissioning this motorcycle and the couple of things I did to get her fired back up into life. I love the old British stuff, you know, really easy to just make these things run after, you know, a year or two or even 5 or 6 years of them sitting, because there's so many mechanical parts and not a whole lot of electrical parts, and well, they'll leak and everything will stay wet, so you know, it's all great. That's all I have for this one. If you guys are wondering, you know, where is the Gold Star? We haven't seen an update video on that thing in a long time. There should be a video on that bike coming in less than a week. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss that. Go check out the Vintage Racing Club, go pick up your merchandise, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.